Hi guys, it's Kate, aka Only the Good Die Young, and I'm here to give you a sort of state of the union kind of thing. So Monday I got my license, so I'm now an official licensed driver, and I can drive wherever I want by myself, and it's pretty cool. I don't have a car yet, even though my father said he'd buy me a car. He said that he's probably going to buy me one at the beginning of March, and I don't even know if it's going to be my official car or if we're going to do a thing where like he buys a less fuel efficient car that I have to use during the week while he uses his more fuel efficient car, and then on the weekends we switch off. We'll have to wait and see until March, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and I like driving, but now we're having a blizzard, so I won't be able to drive because it won't be safe. I've never driven in the snow before, even though I live in New England, so I should be able to drive in the snow. I just haven't tried, I guess. I've driven while it was snowing, but the snow never really accumulated, so it doesn't count. And yeah, so I have a snow day today, which is how I can tape this at 1:30 in the afternoon. Yay! And yeah, that's basically what's been going on with me past few days. So I also have some new stories coming out because both Anonymous and Trouble both ended, which makes me sad, but I guess it's part of life, and you just move on. You start new stories with new plots and new characters, and you have to try to get as attached to them as you have with old characters and storylines and stuff. So I have Fame Whore, which is a Nile story, and the girl is a rising celebrity who, as the title suggests, is a fame whore. So you'll have to wait and see what she does, although I'm sure some of you can guess already. Anyway, another story that I'm doing is called Code of Ethics, which is going to be about a stripper and Harry, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the pictures that came out with like Harry getting a lap dance from a stripper, which I've also heard that she wasn't a stripper at all. I don't know. That's really none of my business. But yeah, it has nothing to do with that. I was actually thinking about it, like, I started thinking about it, I think the day before those pictures came out, which is weird. Premonition. Not at all. Anyway, so yeah, and I actually made the layout for that story, so yeah, if it stinks, be nice. I had to ask Micah like where you put the picture to put it in the layout because I couldn't figure it out. I put it in like 4 different categories and it wasn't looking right, so I finally had to ask Micah, and she was like, you put it in the title. And I was just like, oh! So that finally worked out. And poor Becca, I was like bombarding her with the different versions of the layout that I was doing. Because after the first one I did, I was like, it's good enough, and I sent it to her, and she was like, I kind of don't like the print in the background. So I was like, oh no! So I found a new print, and I made an entirely new layout. And she liked that one better, and then she was like giving me pointers on how to make it better and stuff. So thank you, Rebecca. And I'm sorry that I like harassed you with making the layout, but overall I think it's decent. And I mean, it's not up to like the caliber of some of the people on this site who are like beastly at making layouts, but for my first layout that I actually put time into, that I actually tried to make good, I think it's a solid first try. And then I have a Slash story called Lounsbury Prep, which is going to be featuring Zooey. But if you guys don't like Slash, don't feel pressured to read it. Like, it won't hurt my feelings if you don't read it. I know that Slash isn't for everybody, even if it isn't a smut Slash, because I think everybody knows that I don't write smut. But, yeah, so if you don't want to read the story, don't feel pressured to read it. It really doesn't bother me. So yeah, that's going to be about Zane going to a boarding school, where the other boys have already been, like, they're already friends, the other boys, so Zane has to kind of wedge his way into their group, and he's roommates with Liam. So yeah, that's what's coming up. And I know I have something else. Oh, Diana asked me a question, and that was the only question that I got, so I didn't want to make a question and answer video with just that question. So I'll just answer it on this video. She asked me something along the lines of, like, how can I write chapters so quickly? Because I think Patrick asked me in one of my videos how long it takes me to write a chapter, and I was like, less than an hour. But so the answer to that is really just practice. I started writing doing fan fictions with my friends, and we used to send the stories back and forth, and like, they wanted their chapters, like, they wanted them. So you couldn't take too long to write the chapters because they would get impatient. So I just got used to, like, firing out chapters and sending it. Even when I had no idea what the crap I was writing. But, and another factor is, like, how inspired I am. Because if I'm really into a story and I know exactly where it's going to go, I know exactly what's going into it, then I can sit down and write 12 chapters in a day. Granted, I don't move or do anything, but I can do it. I did it with Trouble, like, twice, I think. And I did it with Anonymous once, too, but I think that was, like, 9 or 10 chapters in a day, not 12, but whatever. But if, like, I have to babysit my cousin, and then I come home and people are online and I want to talk to them, or I'm in one of those moods where my mind can't focus, which is what was happening earlier this morning, then I do not write chapters that quickly. It can take me all day to write a chapter. So it really just depends. But there you go. There's your answer. Practice, and it depends on my inspiration. Okay, so if you guys want to check out my stories, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. And if you want me to talk about anything, you can leave them in the comments, but I don't know what you'd want me to talk about. Okay, so I'm gonna stop rambling now, and yeah, bye.